Good morning, afternoon. This is the Unbiased fan, Brim Reaper. We got a lot to talk about. So, current boxing news. It's a lot, so let's try to move through it fast and not be too long winded. So, April 15th date for Tank and Ryan Garcia. Still not officially signed. It's less than 2 months away. Horrible. What y'all doing? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Got me silent. Fury, Usyk. Fury, you the big dosser, right? You need to act like it. You had more money in Saudi Arabia, but you wanted to fight at Wembley. And then you trying to take more money from Usyk after he had agreed to his part on the Saudi side. Listen, you're not getting the same money AJ is. But he was getting 70% of what AJ's getting. He was getting a lion's share. Stop the shenanigans, bro. I told you, I tweeted you directly. And you may not read it, you may. But I'm just going to keep it being with you, bro. Stop the shenanigans, bro. You beat Usyk. You undisputed. Regardless if you drop the IBF or drop any other belt, you the man. And you're getting the bigger share of the pie. What's going on? I don't like to subscribe to telling fighters they scared to fight somebody. Not really my cup of tea. But you looking shaky, bro. Straight up, you looking shaky. Be the big dosser. Because you're not being it right now. Straight up. So, Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez has been officially look like signed for June 10th. I think they haven't determined the location yet. Josh Taylor you've been looking shaky yourself. I understand the Catterall fight boxer, they didn't make it happen for the rematch. But most of us believe you lost that fight, bro. And before that fight, you looked great. And I admit, Jay Catterall might have perfect timing because you wasn't 100% that fight. You didn't move the same. But Teofimo's a little guy. He's not a harder fight than Catterall. He's a bigger name than Catterall, but he's not a harder fight per se. I think he's going to whoop Teo's ass. In my personal opinion, Teo could win, but I just don't see it. Teo has not looked good in the last couple fights. So, Jay Catterall, I mean, you may not win the fight, but go ahead and go for the belt from Regis, man. Why not? You might as well, bro. You know? That's all I got to say about that. Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall rematch. I've been talking to my bro Ring IQ about it. And I feel like they hard on my girl because she is the GOAT. You nasty. You know, you the bomb, Clarissa. You be putting in that work in the ring. But it's unfortunate facts that the American fan base is partially trash, bro. And they ain't supporting you like it needs to be supported. And then you have nobody to throw the money up for the fight here in America. You deserve that. You have a right to ask for this. And it's unfair that you're not getting it. But it's the unfortunate reality that there is no suitor. You're not part of any you're not part of any network. So who's gonna pay for the fighter for you to fight her in the United States? The people that pay for the fight is in the UK. If I were you, I'd probably just go back somewhere in UK and take a little bit even more money just for the fight to happen. Because unfortunately, that's just what it is. The unfortunate truth, you know, Clarissa. You deserve better. And it's partially all our faults as American fans. Just to keep it a bean. But it's just a sad reality, you know? So, I moving on to the next part. Have we heard the announcement of Spence vs. Thurman yet? What's the holdup? Is it going to be a Spence Crawford? I'm not even going to get too deep into that. But do something. Do something. Please. Okay. And a new Wayne Fulton, the 50-50 fight that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough because the American fan base is in part trash. His fight is phenomenal. Fulton has a chance to win because Fulton is the naturally bigger fighter. He has a great skill set, but he does like to slug it out. Will he pay for slugging it out at times? Because he's had, last couple of fights, he's had moments where you get tagged. But I mean, you get hit in boxing. That's a given. But does a new age power translate to 122? It's going to be a great fight. It's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, man. So may the best man win. And thank you, guys. Thank you, Stephen Coolboy Fulton, for stepping up to the plate. Even though it was where the money was for you. Because there was no fight here in the United States to fight anybody else that's going to get you the money you're getting here. I know people, we've criticized Al Heyman and then we give him credit. But I give him credit, but it goes without saying it was the best move. He was being what he's supposed to be, an advisor. But unfortunately, with some other fighters, like in history with Wilder, Wilder should have already been for AJ for the amount of money he was getting, but he didn't do that. So that's been my issue. If you're an advisor, you're supposed to give what's the best interest of the fighter. But how can you do that if you're actually the actual promoter silently, and then you have the best interest of the networks? It's conflicting interests. And that's where I've had issues because your movements have not always been in the best move for the fighter because you're looking out for the network. But salute to you, Stephen Cougar Boy. Fulton, salute to you. And a new way, you a monster, bro. It's the truth. Your nickname is what your nickname is. So that is the fight that I will be paying for. Haney and Lomo will be the other fight that I will pay for. Looking forward to that fight as well. I'm on the. I don't think I'm gonna pay for Benavidez Split because I personally still feel like that is a co-main. It's not a main event for me to pay $80 for. I gotta pick and choose. I can't. I'm not gonna buy every single fight if it's every single month. I gotta pay for a fight. I pay less for my internet, homie. Just keeping it at me. I gotta pick the best ones, and those two are better than that one. Drug life. I know there's some other stuff I'm missing in boxing. I know it is. And if I miss it, I might have to just come back to it. But, Terrence Crawford. I mean, we've talked about this. He coming at two particular people that I'm not going to mention. The fact of the matter is, Bud may have not needed to say mother should swallow you. People can use that and say, oh, yeah, what's over the line. Okay. But people have been attacking Bud Crawford for quite a bit of time. Before we even got into these negotiations of which Spence, people attacked Bud Crawford. Top ranked Toby. Remember that? That's disrespectful. So we gonna treat one disrespect less than the other disrespect? No, I'm not. And when we look at it, and the people who always say, oh, Terrence ducked, Terrence this, Terrence is the only one that actually pushed for the fight. If you look at the scope of it, he had to do all the things to even get in the position for the fight. He had to get a belt. He had to leave his promotional company. He had to do all these things just to even get in position for this fight. That's one. And then two, when it comes down to the fight, Terrence Crawford brings $50 million worth of hedge fund money up. Mentions the Spence. Then talks to Al, but Al shuts it down. But if you were really committed to the fight, that's money. That's money. It's real money. It's real tangible. It's money you know you're gonna have. All this, he would have made more. You don't know he would have made more because ain't nothing certain. Nothing's 100%. Al Heyman could have easily been, well, I'll entertain it, but Spencer's the A side. He has to get 30 million. You take 20. That equals 50 million. And you know what type of split that is? It's a 66-33 split. That's the type of split we've been saying it was, right? So why couldn't you do that? That's common sense to me. But the people just don't like to use common sense. He hired two different lawyers. That's not the sign of somebody that doesn't want to fight somebody. And then he said, Al, let's just sit down. Me and my lawyers, you and your team, and we'll hammer the deal out. And he was told that's never happened. Well, sometimes you got to think outside the box. So all those things that he did, but we say it's all Terrence Crawford. Like I've said in other videos, Terrence Crawford is not blameless. But for y'all to put 100% on him knowing these things, you guys is fugazi. And you're real shaky as a fan. Because y'all not fans of the sport, you're fans of the individual. Y'all not gonna keep it real with yourself, you know. Then the whole thing with the Broner fight, Williams. That's a tough pill to swallow because it does not cast Roy Jones in a good light. It doesn't. It doesn't. You don't intentionally spar that much when you're supposed to have a fight coming up at that point. But they said Roy Jones didn't want to have that fight. And I know there's been lots of interviews with Michael Williams' father, and I can't speculate on it, but it doesn't look necessarily good for Roy Jones overall when you're looking at the picture, you know. But shout out to all of y'all, man. I hope y'all, whatever issues it was, y'all work through it and move forward, and that's it, you know. Shaky shit, bro. But I think I covered enough for the meantime. I'm sure there's some other things. You know, I've been trying to pay attention to everything. I've been had to travel, take care of some family. But I appreciate your time and y'all tuning in. But like real talk, Fury, Spence, stop being shaky. Your legacy's on the line. Act like it. Unbiased fan. Brum Reaper out. Peace.